What's happening, everybody? Street here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Stang stories. I got an update for y'all. Sound amazing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the car running for a little bit, and we're gonna get a little sample video of the idle here. What's happening, everybody? Street here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Stang stories. Now, before I get to anything, there's a few things I gotta discuss. Obviously, I'm back in the Mustang. You guys can tell I'm in baby girl silver right now. We are heading to work, and it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Couple quick things. First thing is, I'm sorry a lot of you guys got super salty that I posted my last video. Kind of showcasing and sharing the good times of the Stang stories. I don't care. Sorry, I make the videos for myself. I made a channel overview, basically, is what I did to post on my channel, and decided to go ahead and release it as a pre-Mustang tick, you know, good time video, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed it, and some of you guys were salty as hell, so, you know, get over it. I don't know what else to say other than that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The second thing is a lot of you guys got really salty, both on Instagram and on YouTube, about me not posting an update sooner. I just got the car back about 4 days ago, and you know what? I got a life, dude. I haven't had a chance to make a video and edit it and process it and get everything done. I also wanted to take some time to monitor the car, and get a feel for, you know, all the new parts that have been put on it, let everything settle in, and see how it goes. Lastly being, when I find you guys on YouTube with similar Mustang tick issues, I generally post a comment, something of the sorts of, "Welcome to the club, brother," or another one, you know, something like that. So a lot of you guys respond back to those comments like, "Well, dude, is there a t-shirt or a tattoo we're supposed to get for this club or something?" You know, and I always laugh like, you know what, there should be a t-shirt. So I went ahead and did a solid and made the community one. So if you guys are interested in getting a Typewriter Tick Club t-shirt, go ahead and click the link in the description box. I will get you guys one. They are really good quality. You know, they're Hanes t-shirts. They're not too heavy. They're not too, you know, like too light. You know when you get a t-shirt sometimes and you're just like, this is made like, it's like 1-ply toilet paper, and you're like, I'll probably get like a use out of this before it shreds and I get peanut butter on my finger. Sorry, I'm in a playful mood today. Got my baby back, dude. I'm just in a good mood. So go ahead and get one of those t-shirts if you're interested. I think they're awesome, and I'm also going to probably create a couple more once I get some more time to design a few more, so be on the lookout for those. All right, so let's get to the update. Last video we were talking about how Ford was going to replace the cams and the head and all corresponding parts on the passenger side of the car. It took them a lot longer than I thought it was going to get the parts and to install the parts. Basically what their deal was is that they were doing a bunch of repairs, a bunch of similar repairs to Mustangs in my area, or in our region, I guess, which is probably like all of Northern California. They clarified that for me. It wasn't like a bunch of you guys all over the country. It was a bunch of people in my area with the same issue. And so they were kind of doing the repairs at the same time, and they were documenting and corresponding with each other. So that just delayed the process dramatically. So when they finally actually got all the parts and they did the repair, I went into Ford, they called me, and oh, this was a fiasco in itself. So I get the call, hey dude, or actually I didn't get, I'll take that back. I didn't get the call because communication throughout this whole thing has been absolutely ridiculous. I have to constantly extract information out of my service advisor so I can be in the loop of what's going on. He had like a week or something where he was pretty good about it, but ultimately they had my car 3 days shy of 2 full months, and it was just like pulling teeth. So I call him up and I say, hey, what's going on? He says, okay, your car is all put back together. We started it up this morning. It sounds really good. But part of the repair was we had to pull your air conditioner out. And so we had to send your car over to Dodge to get Dodge to recharge the air conditioner because they didn't have the technology at Ford. And that kind of makes me laugh because you guys are constantly bagging on my dealership because of the shop. When I posted pictures on Instagram of what the shop looked like, it just looked like a mom and pop garage. It was the shop's actually pretty nice. It's just they had my car in so many pieces that they just didn't have the room. They have like 12 bays there or something, and they just had everything like on tables around my car. So they had to send it out to Dodge. So the next day I call up and I'm like calling like, guys, you got my car. No response from the dealer. So I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving work early. I'm showing up at the dealership at 4:30. They close at 5. And I'm going to be like, what's up with my car? And I get there and they're like, dude, we've been calling Dodge all day. They finally get a hold of the service advisor at Dodge, and Dodge is like, oh, dude, I didn't know it was supposed to be done today. Like, yeah, we haven't even started it yet. So I'm like, oh my gosh, so there's another day. So then the following day, I got my wife on it at this point, and she's calling like a mad woman, dude. She's pissed. She's like, I want my car back. So she's calling, I'm emailing. Finally, we get a hold of the guy at Dodge. It took me calling my friend over at Dodge, the guy who I bought all my Hondas from because he used to work at Honda, and asked him to do me a personal favor and get a hold of the guy at Dodge and see what's going on with him and what's going on with my car. And so he comes back with, hey dude, we were recharging it, the power went out, we have no power, we don't know if we're going to be able to finish it today. Ultimately, they finished it, and I got the car back that day. But God, it was just one thing after another. So we got the car back. The dealer, or the Ford dealership, the service advisor comes out and he says, hey, all right, I'll go get your car. I drop off the Taurus. He brings the car out. He says, let's go take a listen to it. So we're out there, and it sounds beautiful at idle, man. It sounds so good at idle. It's quiet. It's just, it smells. It sounds like just greased up machinery, just so good. And then I say, dude, it sounds really, really good. And he's all, yeah, man. He's all, it sounds amazing. I'm sorry for the bounciness. I'm on a really bad part of road right now. I tried to wait to do this video until I got to a smoother section. But honestly, I forgot about this little portion right here. So it sounded really good. And then we got in the car and I say, okay, but here's the test. Here's the stickler. I said, this is when we get in and we slowly press the accelerator down and increase the RPM and see if we can hear it start ticking. What do you guys think happened? Ultimately, the car started ticking. So he heard it, I heard it. He acknowledged he heard it, and he's like, wow, man, I don't know. It's one of those things like, okay, well, you heard it. He says, well, we told you that we would put a new motor in it. If it's still ticking, what do you want to do? And I said, you know what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to take my damn car home. I don't want you guys to have it for another 2 months. I want to take it home. I want to enjoy this car that I bought 5 months ago that I only got to drive for 3 months. And I'm going to go and I'm going to let all the parts settle. I'm going to evaluate it and see if it gets worse or if it gets better. And we're going to kind of go from there. So over the last 4 days, you're asking, so, how has it gotten worse? Has it gotten better? I can honestly say that it is better, like dramatically better than it was before I brought it in. Before I brought it in, it would just idle and sound like garbage, just ting, 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 ting. You know, it just sounded absolutely horrible. It made me grind my teeth when I heard it. It was so bad. And so you could hear it at idle. The second I started increasing the RPMs, you would hear it just clattering, ting, 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 ting. You know, just bad, man. You guys know how it is. Just sounds absolutely horrible. So, you know, we heard that. But each day it kind of got a little bit better. It's definitely quieter than it was. It is much less frequent, but there was 1 or 2 days where it's like, you know, I'd get back from a drive and I'd test it. Every time I'd start the car, I'd let it idle and warm up. Before I'd back out of my garage, I'd do the accelerator and I'd hear like 1 or 2 ticks. I'd be like, okay, I heard it tick right there, but it wasn't like a tick, 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 tick. It was just like tick, you know, and then it'd be okay. And I'd go drive it, I'd bring it home, I'd pull it back in the garage, and I'd put it in neutral and pull the e-brake and do the same thing, start increasing the RPMs, and you'd hear it tick, 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 you know, where before it was just like fluttering and just bad. So it sounded better, but there was a couple of days where it was just click, 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 or ting, 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 and like it sounded right back to where it was. So ultimately, it is not fixed. Although it sounds better at times, it is not fixed. So, you know, I know a lot of you guys want it to be just a quick, like, boom, there it is, as do I. I do feel like they're closer than they were. You know, after finding out that my car actually had repairs done to it before I even bought the car, that my guy was telling me, and my service technician was telling me that I guess the car off the assembly line, or when they received it at my dealership, was misfiring and had a scar on one of the cams. You know, it could have been part of the problem. The new cams could have smoothed something out. I don't know, you know, but it's definitely better than it was, but it is not fixed. And that being said, I do have a call into Ford customer relations. I'm trying to get into a discussion with them about a few things that I don't necessarily want to get into right now, but I am in talks with them. I mean, that's basically where we can go from here. That was repair attempt number 2. I have a question for my service advisor in right now, asking him what the third attempt is going to be. Is it going to be Frankensteining my motor with a new long block or short block, or are they going to drop a brand spanking new crated factory motor into the car? Because that's going to definitely determine my options right now. I mean, if they're just going to Frankenstein the motor with existing parts, you know, I don't know. I don't think that's going to fix it. I think we've all kind of determined that that's not going to fix it, because so many of you guys have reported back with new short blocks still ticking, you know, new long blocks still ticking. I feel like a brand new motor needs to get dropped in here, and, you know, we can then go ahead and assess it from there. At this point, I'm going to ramble, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. I thank you so much, guys, for watching. Stick around. The saga is not over. More content on the way. Hopefully more reactions. I'm going to try to get some people to drive the car and get those reactions. I'm going to get some more reactions from people doing polls with me in the car. Hopefully we can do some more reviews, some more just fun content of the family and I out with the Mustang, me out with the Mustang, lots more photography and videos on Instagram, the whole shebang. We got the car back for a while. I don't know how long, but ultimately I think we're probably going to send it back in for repair attempt number 3. So stick around for those updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for further updates on the car and the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at silverstang707. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.